Today I'm going to be showing you a cutting edge tool for new and existing Amazon sellers, so stay tuned to find out more. Hi guys, my name is Simon. I'm a six-figure Amazon seller in the UK, and today we're going to be going over an amazing tool called BuyBotPro, guys. Now BuyBotPro allows you to analyze the deals that you're going to buy to make sure you don't make any mistakes, shows you your profit and many other features, guys. So it's a really cool tool. I recommend you watch this video, and if you want to sign up to this, you can get a 30-day free trial by using my link in the description. So let's just jump straight into it and I'll show you all the features it has. So here we go, guys. This is BuyBotPro, and I've got this on an item that I've sold in the past, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how I use BuyBotPro to analyze a deal, see if it's profitable. And the reason why I think BuyBotPro is so good is because it's amazing for beginners, and it really helps you stay out of trouble as well. So what we can see here is essentially the default view of what you get once you've installed the BuyBotPro Chrome extension. And guys, this is a Chrome extension, so you do need Chrome to run this, I believe, but it does go on as a Chrome extension, and then it creates this overlay on the Amazon page for you. It's a really cool piece of kit. So this is what the default view is, guys, and what we get here is this BuyBotPro Island, and what this is basically like a quick view of like all the essential information, you know, like the profit, is it a good buy, the estimated sales, and you know whether you're eligible as well. So you can hook your seller account up to this, guys, and that way it can check whether you're able to sell the brand, whether it thinks it's hazmat, is there any kind of IP issues reported with that brand. And all this here is in this traffic light system that you can see on where it says eligible, hazmat, and IP radar on the BuyBotPro Island. And what we have here on the right hand side is sort of the, I guess, the BuyBotPro main sort of toolbar, I guess. Now, as a default, it comes sort of hovering on the right hand side here. Now, what I actually personally prefer myself is you can actually change the view, and obviously this is all down to personal preference. So you can have it hovering a little bit more, taking up the entire page like this, which is a much better view already, I think. Okay, but what I personally prefer is to have it on the left like this, and yeah, it just takes up the page there. But you can also have it on the right as well. So it kind of like, because it's such an important tool, it needs to be part of the actual, you know, page, in my opinion. But you can have it however you want. For the videos view, we're going to leave it like this, just because it doesn't take up, it's not so in your face, I suppose, and I think it looks a bit better for the video. Now, I apologize that the images are so big here, guys. I've had to zoom in quite a lot to make sure we're getting a good view of what's going on here. So what I've done here, guys, is, and what I should have done is just had this reset, is, you know, what this does, I mean, it's an option I've set, but it will analyze deals for you sort of right away. So what you can do is, you know, you found a deal, and let's say, you know, this one costs $7.99. You can just put your buy price in there, click off it, and it will, you know, it knows the sale price is $19.97. And it's telling you what your profit is. So on the BuyBotPro Island here, we can see immediately that we've got £4.29 profit. We're running about 53%, 54% ROI. The BSR is top 1%. That's best selling rank. That's a good thing. And we've got the estimated sales here. Now, one of the things I really love about this, by the way, is you hover over this estimated sales here. It shows you the estimated sales per month. And this kind of gives you an idea of like, is this a seasonal item potentially? And you guys know I love to talk about seasonality. I think that's where most of the money can be made, with thinking about seasonality stuff. Well, at least a good chunk of money anyway. And here we can see that actually, you know what? It's a relatively sort of flat item that sells, you know, pretty much standard throughout the year. It does get a little bit more in, you know, I guess, winter months, December, November, all that kind of area, but realistically, you know, it's pretty much flat. So we know we're getting an item here that sells not too much, to be fair, but you know, we know roughly what that is. So and we can see the 90-day average as well, so, and the predicted 90-day average. So it's a pretty standard item, this, in terms of that. We also get, which is a fantastic, and this is why I love this tool, guys, because it just tells you right away without having to do any kind of crazy analysis off the bat whether you can, it thinks this is a good item or not. And here it's given me, and it all works on like a traffic light system, guys. So you get red for bad, yellow for meh, you know, and green for amazing. So, or good, I should say, rather than amazing. And yeah, here we can see we've got good. And, you know, we've got a 70% score. And if you hover over it, it kind of gives you a little bit why. It says, so it's factored in many different things. Here it's saying the sell price is unstable. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. But it's got a recent 30-day estimated sales have been good. and this deal has above average profit. So it's factoring everything in, guys, to give you this score, including whether you can sell the item as well. So it's a really good tool for beginners, guys, because it's going to keep you out of trouble. So that's the BuyBotPro Island that gives you all that information right there and available. Let's go over to the right-hand side now, and maybe what I'm going to do now is just zoom in a little bit more, just so we can actually see this a little bit better, and I can make it, apologies here, make it a little bit more prominent so we can see what's going on. Here we go, guys, because we're concentrating on the right-hand side here now. So we can see I've put the buy price in. It's already picked up the sell price of the sort of the lowest seller. And we put the quantity in there as well. Now, if you want, you can toggle these extra settings here. I have them on, but you can get rid of them. You probably don't need them, to be fair. Very rare do you need to put in the 10, the quantity. If you do EFN, you can do that as well, which is European Fulfillment Network, which is where you sell into Europe. If you are going to fulfill it yourself. But realistically, guys, you don't need that. So there we go. Now, once you hook up your Amazon account to BuyBotPro, guys, it'll tell you whether you can sell it. So obviously, again, traffic light system, so you can't go wrong, guys. We all know the traffic light system, which is a great system, by the way. So, which is why I love it so much. It's green here. Yes, we can sell it. No, it's not hazmat. It's eligible, dangerous good. We're all good to go, basically. Alert-wise as well, same thing. Meltable, IP radar, no problem. Not oversized. All looks good, guys. So that's cool. Right, then we can actually go down to the details of this item. So obviously it's got the ASIN on there. It's got the EAN number. That's the barcode number. We're looking at our profit margin, the max sold price, the buy cost, max buy cost. Now that's telling you there, guys, by the way, that like here, if I scroll up, we're buying it for $7.99. It's basically saying, you know what, you can go all the way up to $9.66 here, guys, and that's still going to be a really good item to buy around up to that price. And it's got your break-even price as well at this sale price. If you want, you can see your costs as well. I don't tend to look at these because there's nothing you can do about them. But if you want to look at them, go for it. Yeah, oftentimes I get asked by people like, oh, what about the fees on Amazon? I'm like, well, you know what? I don't ever look at them. I don't care about them. As long as there's a profit to be made, yeah, they're a lot, but who cares? If Amazon charge you to be on their site and access to their tens and tens or even hundreds of millions of customers, then throughout the world, that is, then yeah, of course you're going to pay for it. And obviously you've got your ROI and profit there as well. Although I don't really look at it here, I look at it at the island. So if we continue to scroll down, we've got we can go for the current or BSR and prices. We can go for the 30 days, 90 days, 180 days, all as well. I just keep it the current for now. But, sometimes it's useful just to go back and look at, what was the average for the 30, 90 days. I'm not a huge fan of averages myself, to be honest. I like to just look at the raw data and see. But if you want to use that, it can be somewhat useful. And another great thing as well, by the way, guys, is you can just put like the discount in. So let's say you're sourcing a site, for example, that the price for this maybe is like $9.99 listed, but there's like a 20%. That brings our profit back down to like £2.63. And by the way, let's just show you here. This has gone red here, and I'll show you that a little bit in a second. What you can do, guys, is you can just say, you're sourcing a site and there's a 10% voucher. Well, you can just throw that 10% on there, click that, and then it factors it in basically into that. And again, we come back to being good at £3.46 profit. So it'll factor that in without you having to actually calculate it, basically, if that makes sense. Not that that's a complicated one, 20% off of £10, but sometimes it can be a little bit complicated. So let me just get rid of that. And buy one, get one free, save 1/3. All these different things are here, basically, even a custom one. So 3 for 2, things like that. So again, we can put that on there, 3 for 2. It's a great way just to quickly add those discounts in without having to actually calculate them on the fly. So let me just go back and change that to $7.99. Cool, guys. So let's continue to scroll down. Again, we've got this buy bot analysis here. The same stuff that was on the island, really. And also what we can come down, guys, is, and this is a really cool tool, we can see all the other sellers right now. So we can see, we can see here, guys, the sellers. So if we hover over here, we can see that this person here has got one in stock, apparently. You can see their name. Apologize if any of these are you guys watching. And yeah, you can see their reviews, what kind of price they're selling it for right now. So this is the lowest price right now, $19.97, which is why obviously the price was up there. But you can see, guys, that we've got someone with 1 in stock, 1 in 6 in stock, 1 in stock. So, and you can see all the different prices and sellers here. So, and This is a fantastic tool, by the way, guys. It tells you the stock level for the top 10. So it tells you 31 in stock. Now, a caveat with this, guys, if someone adds a limit to the amount you can order, so let's say, for example, this person may have a limit of 1 per customer, but they may have 1,000 in stock, it'll only show as 1. So just be aware of that. This is only an estimate, given the fact that some sellers can put a limit on stock. So that's a really useful tool as well. And you can see the total number of sellers, merchant fulfilled sellers, that's when people are selling it themselves. So yeah, it's a really useful tool, that, guy, so you can see. And do you know why that's useful, guys? Well, let's go up to the top again. And I've lost our island now, okay? But well, here it is. We can see estimated sales per month is 10. So all we need to know is that if we send this item in and we want to sell it for £22, for example, £21, well, there's 31 in stock, roughly. We sell 10 a month. Therefore, we only need to wait 3 months before we should expect a sale if we are putting our price like right up here, like say £22, for example. So that just gives you a really good way to indicate how long it's going to take for your item to reach your price, basically. Now, if we continue to scroll down, we've got some charts here. I prefer to use the charts on the actual page, and we'll go to those in a second, but if you want, you can see them here. Now, obviously these are quite, when I'm looking at a graph, I want to see the full graph, like on a decent size. So I'm not a personal fan of using it on the right-hand side here, but I'm just going to scroll down and show you them anyway quickly. You can hook this up to Spreadsheet, guys, if you want as well. You can hook it up to your Profitex Pro as well, your Skewerify, if you use those softwares as well. Profitex Pro, guys, is a fantastic repricer, so you should definitely use that. If you want, you can hook that up into BuyBotPro. There's a link for both of these, by the way, guys, in the description if you want to sign up to either Profitex Pro or BuyBotPro. We have a link in the description, and it's got some other things in here as well, which I'm not gonna. You don't need to worry too much about EFN, things like that, and we'll go into other stuff in another video, guys. So here you can hook up your Profitex Pro, things like that. So what I'm going to do, guys, is scroll back up. I'm going to zoom out a little bit now and just show you the last feature that I like. I mean, there's loads of features I love about this, but I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. And one of the very important features, guys, is the graphs that are on offer here. So. And I don't know why these are all gone here, but yeah, cool. So, this is what you're going to get as a standard a view, basically, what you're looking at here. I'll show you what it looks like as standard, and I'll tell you how I like it. So what we have here are the graphs, and again, I'm going to try and zoom in here a little bit and come across so we can see these. Okay, cool, perfect. And these are just super useful, guys. Now, it looks like a lot when you first get going, and it really is. So what I tend to do, guys, is I have a lot of this turned off by default and then just add it in when I feel like I need it. So I get rid of the FBM. I don't need the BSR in here. I don't really need the lowest new. Realistically, all I'm really looking for is probably the buy box, the FBA price, and the Amazon price. They're those kind of things I'm looking for. What we'll do, we'll just go simple here, guys. So the first thing here is we can see the buy box price. So Amazon's showing us, we've got the data here. Well, BuyBotPro is showing us, what the buy box price was, and we can see that actually the buy box has been lost here, guys, at this price. Let's put the data back in, and we can see the FBA price, however, is at $20.65. But Amazon have determined that for some reason the buy box is gone here. So you can still get sales, guys, but the sales will be lower because there's no buy box. What you can also do, guys, is you can go to the 180, and I apologize, by the way. People have said to me, you use the word guys too much. I'm trying to change, but it's kind of like drilled into my head. So I will try and stop saying it. Okay, cool. Right. So we can go and look at the history of this product as well. This is very important when you're analyzing deals, guys. See, I can't catch myself there. Very important to look and see the history of a product and see how the price is reacting to sellers coming on and things like that. And we can see here that in the past, in this yellow sort of orange area, we have Amazon in stock, and there's little blips so they've come in stock. And by the way, you guys, you can just zoom in if you want. You can zoom into whatever you want here. Let's go back to 365. And yeah, we've got all this data here. So these are kind of 3 most important things I think to have on. It has a really cool thing called a sales heat map as well, which shows you, where the most sales happen. Not that useful for like 30, 90 days, but for a year it can be really useful. You can see perhaps where most of the sales happen in terms of a month. You can look at all as well. And yeah, it's just very useful to see all the information. So I can do a whole video just on this graph. So what we have here below as well is the offers and reviews. So me being zoomed in so much is kind of breaking the graphs a little bit. Obviously you won't be doing this. Now, what I do is I have the review count turned off. That's not useful to me. The rating is not useful to me either. All I care about in this graph is the new offer count. I want to see how many sellers are on this item and how did the price react to those sellers. So what we can do is using these together, we can, let's just get rid of this price and this price. And what we can see here is, as what normally happens in these graphs, is the number of sellers are on there, the price is lower, and as the seller count, so this, by the way, this blue line is new offer count, it's number of sellers on there, and as that drops down, the price obviously goes up. And you can, let's see this over a 365 period. Again, the zoom is ruining it a little bit. There we go, we can do the all as well, go back to a year, and yeah, we can see here that it just shows you the kind of the relationship that happens between number of sellers coming on and the price. Very useful information. So this is the information I have on by default, Amazon and BuyBox. There we go. Cool. If you scroll down, you can also see the BSR values. this is the bestseller rank, like what rank it is. Yeah, it's okay to look at this. I'm not that useful for me personally. And there's loads of other stuff down here as well that I'll be honest with you, I don't really use average prices, but if you wanted them, they are there. So hopefully that's given you a really good introduction as to why I love BuyBotPro. I mean, I use it myself and it's really good. It's got some fantastic features in there, and I love the traffic light system as well. So if you're a beginner Amazon seller, it doesn't get better than BuyBotPro in my opinion. And even for experienced sellers, it can be a really good tool. Now, I've only really scratched the surface on what's available on BuyBotPro, and I'm going to do subsequent videos showing you other features. One that's coming up, if you're really interested, is the wholesale scanner, which is going to, it's an amazing tool, and you can use that with Quigita, which is, I've done a whole video around that. Check that out here. But yeah, it's an amazing tool. If you want to sign up, again, link in the description for that. You can get your BuyBotPro, you can get your Profitex Pro, all down there. There's links in the description, 30-day trials, I think, for those. And yeah, you're all good to go. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.